These 3 days represent a divine window of reflection and decision, where every choice you make, whether to continue in distraction or to realign your life with faith, purpose, and truth, will shape the course of your future. There are moments in history and moments in your personal life when time itself feels charged with significance. Not all days are equal. Some days arrive like any other, passing quietly, blending into the rhythm of weeks and months. But then there are days that come with weight, days that demand attention, days that confront you with the truth of your choices. September 10th, 11, and 12 are not merely dates on a calendar. They are a spiritual marker, a call from eternity, a chance to pause and examine the path you are walking before it is too late. These days are set before you like a doorway, and what you decide within them can open a new chapter or bind you to the same patterns that have held you captive. When life moves quickly, distraction becomes the silent thief of destiny. We spend hours chasing fleeting pleasures, scrolling endlessly, working without purpose, running toward goals that are shallow and temporary. Yet in those 3 days, time itself slows down enough for you to hear the whisper of something greater, if only you are willing to listen. The distraction that once seemed harmless reveals itself for what it truly is, a chain around your soul, keeping you from living the life you were created for. September 10th, 11, and 12 form a sacred window because they force you to choose. Will you continue to wander in circles, or will you align your steps with truth and purpose? Life-altering moments rarely come announced with trumpets. They often come quietly, like a voice in the stillness of night or a sudden stirring in your heart that you cannot explain. These days carry that same kind of quiet urgency. Imagine yourself standing at a crossroads. To one side is the path of distraction, where comfort lulls you into passivity, where excuses pile up, and where faith is traded for fleeting pleasures. To the other side is the path of alignment, where you return to your deeper calling, where you begin to honor the truth that has always been speaking to your heart, and where you walk with faith that every step has meaning. You cannot stand still forever. You must choose. The power of decision cannot be underestimated. One decision can change the entire trajectory of your life. History is filled with examples. Men and women who made one choice that forever altered the story of nations and generations. In the same way, these 3 days are not insignificant. They are a point of decision where your future is waiting to be shaped. If you choose to remain in distraction, you will drift further into emptiness. But if you choose to realign your life, to live with faith and clarity, you will awaken to a strength and peace you never imagined you could carry. Faith is the anchor in times of uncertainty, and these days invite you to return to it. Faith is not about ignoring reality. It is about seeing beyond it. It is about trusting that even when you cannot see the whole path, each step forward brings you closer to where you were meant to be. September 10th, 11, and 12 are a divine summons to awaken faith again, to rekindle what may have grown cold, and to trust that the Creator has called you for more than a life of distraction. Faith is the light that breaks through confusion, and when you choose to embrace it, your path becomes clearer. Purpose is the compass that keeps your life from wandering aimlessly. Without it, even success feels hollow. These days remind you that purpose cannot be postponed indefinitely. Too many people wait for the perfect time, the perfect situation, or the perfect sign before they decide to live fully. But the truth is, purpose begins now in the choices you make today. On September 10th, 11, and 12, the call to purpose rings loudly. It tells you that your time is too precious to waste, your energy too valuable to scatter, and your future too significant to ignore. You have a mission only you can fulfill, and these days are an invitation to step into it with courage. Truth is the foundation upon which lasting transformation is built. Without truth, you may build castles of illusion that crumble at the first storm. These days remind you to stop running from truth, to stop numbing yourself with distractions, and to face reality with courage. Truth will not destroy you. It will set you free. It will free you from lies you've believed about yourself, about your limitations, about your past. It will remind you that your life is not an accident, and that every moment carries the seed of eternal meaning. On these days, truth knocks at the door of your heart, asking if you are willing to open and let it in. It is no coincidence that these 3 days arrive in succession, as if giving you multiple opportunities to hear and respond. September 10th arrives like the opening bell, awakening your spirit to awareness. It asks you to pause and recognize where you have been blind or asleep. September 11th brings the weight of reflection, asking you to consider the consequences of your choices, to see clearly the cost of distraction, and to confront what you've been avoiding. Then comes September 12th, the day of decision, where you can no longer remain neutral. The choice is before you, and it is yours alone to make. Continue on the same path, or step into new alignment with faith, purpose, and truth. Each of us has areas where we have settled for less than what we are capable of. We've tolerated mediocrity, excused procrastination, and accepted chains that we were never meant to wear. These days bring a holy dissatisfaction, a stirring that says, enough is enough. You were not born to drift aimlessly or to be enslaved by the trivial. You were born for significance. You were born to carry light in a world of shadows. And when you decide to step away from distraction, you awaken to that reality. You begin to see that every moment matters, that every act of faith and kindness echoes beyond your lifetime, and that the smallest step toward truth is greater than years spent in illusion. This window of 3 days is also a reminder of urgency. Life does not stretch before you endlessly. Time is a gift, and each passing moment is one you can never reclaim. Too often we live as though we have all the time in the world, as though tomorrow is guaranteed. But September 10th, 11, and 12 stand as a gentle yet firm reminder that tomorrow is not promised, and the only time to align your life is now. If you wait, distractions will only grow stronger, and your heart will grow harder. But if you choose now, the momentum of faith will carry you into a future filled with meaning. There will be resistance. Whenever you try to step into truth, the weight of distraction, fear, and doubt will rise against you. But resistance is proof that you are moving in the right direction. The greater the opposition, the greater the significance of the step you are about to take. Do not mistake resistance for a sign to quit. Take it as confirmation that what you are doing matters. On these days, expect distractions to call louder, excuses to appear more convincing, and fear to whisper that it is safer to remain the same. But remember, safety is not the same as destiny. Comfort zones are prisons disguised as peace. True life begins when you step beyond them. Imagine for a moment what your life could look like if you chose to realign in these days. Imagine waking up with clarity, knowing you are walking a path that matters. Imagine carrying peace that is not shaken by circumstances, because you know your steps are anchored in truth. Imagine living with faith so strong that it carries you through storms without breaking. Imagine finding purpose so compelling that it gives meaning even to your struggles. That life is not only possible, it is waiting for you on the other side of your decision. But this vision requires courage. It requires letting go of old patterns, of excuses that have become familiar, of lies you have told yourself to stay comfortable. It requires saying no to distraction even when it offers temporary pleasure. It requires trusting that even when you cannot see the full picture, the next step of faith will open doors you never expected. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward in spite of it. September 10th, 11, and 12 call you to courage, to step out of the shadows of distraction and into the light of alignment. There are people watching your life, people who will be affected by the choices you make. Your decision in these days does not affect only you. It ripples into the lives of family, friends, and even strangers. When you choose to align with faith, purpose, and truth, you become a living testimony, a beacon for others who are lost in distraction. Your courage gives them courage. Your clarity gives them clarity. Your choice becomes a seed of transformation that multiplies far beyond what you can see. Do not underestimate the influence of your life. The world needs your light, and these days give you the chance to let it shine. In the end, September 10th, 11, and 12 are not simply about dates on a calendar. They are about a posture of the heart, a willingness to pause, reflect, and decide. They are about hearing the divine whisper that says, "You were made for more." They are about recognizing that distraction is too costly and that alignment with faith, purpose, and truth is the only path that leads to life. They are about understanding that time is short and that every moment matters. Above all, they are about choosing today to walk in the direction of destiny rather than drifting further into distraction. As these days approach, do not ignore the stirring in your spirit. Do not silence the voice that calls you higher. Instead, lean in, reflect honestly, choose boldly. These days may never come again with the same weight, the same opportunity, the same invitation. Do not let them pass as if they were ordinary. They are not ordinary. They are a divine window, and what you decide within them can shape the course of your future forever. Stand at the crossroads with courage. Choose the path of faith, purpose, and truth, and watch as your life begins to unfold in ways greater than you could have imagined.